Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube. So I've done YouTube in the past when I was a little bit younger, but it didn't really hit off. Played a lot of Call of Duty back in the day, but now we're on Battlefield. So anyways, what's going on everybody? My name is Finn. Finloctopus has been the gamer tag for almost a decade now, so I decided to make a channel under that officially. But I go by Finn for the most part. Finloctopus is kind of a hard thing to yell in the heat of a Battlefield match. Just kind of throws people off trying to get all those syllables out just to tell me that there's a guy behind us. So Finn has always been the shortened version. So we got a little bit of a Battlefield gameplay here. I'm going to talk over it. We'll talk a little bit about maybe some tips, some tricks, those kind of things here along the way. I do a lot of gameplays. A lot of different games. I play a ton of Madden, so I'm sure you're going to start seeing Madden gameplays and highlight videos for my various online franchises. I'm going to be streaming a lot of Madden here. So if you're a big Madden fan, a big football fan, and you like competitive games and I don't want to get this into a Madden commentary, but the competitive scene in Madden is a little lackluster. It doesn't really match what real football is about, in my opinion. So these CFM games, these franchise mode games against other users that really understand football, kind of make it a more competitive environment while also a little bit more realistic to today's football. But that's enough of Madden for this one. Clip this guy, Pool Dog 247. Sorry, I'm using the, I don't know how to pronounce it, the Goyer. It's like the second assault rifle that you even get. It's a semi-automatic gun, and I love this thing. It's, I mean, just right there, like just picking people off from a distance like a sniper rifle. And then if you have a quick enough trigger finger, you can really hang in the short range stuff. It does kind of suck. You're only rocking 11 bullets of ammo. So you kind of have to be wise, especially in those short range engagements. So sometimes you're going to catch yourself where you'll run into 3 guys and only have enough bullets for 2. But then if you're quick enough and you're smart, maybe you can get the pistol out and make a play there. I'm shooting at my teammate like an idiot. This is a pretty decent gameplay. I wish I would have recorded the one from the night before. And the reason why is I went 84 and 19. And you know how you just kind of get in the zone. You're not really checking score. You're just kind of picking people off. And you're just at the top of your game. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just the Christmas noobs coming in and learning the game, so they don't really know where to be. So maybe I'm just benefiting off of that. But it was pretty intense, guys. So anyways, yeah, we'll play a little bit of Battlefield, a little bit more about the channel here. We'll do some FIFA as well. I play a lot of like clubs, pro clubs, so 11 on 11. So I'm a big multiplayer guy. I don't imagine you're going to catch too much single player campaigns, though. If it's something that you guys like, if you feel like you enjoy the way I play those kind of campaigns, then maybe there's going to be a place for that on the channel. I recently bought a PlayStation, so I do rock both consoles. So I got to kind of get caught up a little bit. I know nobody really wants to watch like God of War gameplays anymore. I've been playing The Last of Us, the remastered version, in anticipation for the second one coming out. So, and I do like The Last of Us. So if there is going to be a single player game on the channel, it'll definitely be that one. But for now, we're going to rock with this Battlefield for a little bit. So I'm playing with my boy Arsenal Gunner. He's a co-worker of mine. He's fun to play with. He's fun to play with because none of us really take this game that seriously. It's actually my first Battlefield title ever. I've kind of a COD fanboy for years. So I think I played the campaign for Hardline, half of it. Yeah, that was it for Battlefield for me. I may have played a little bit of the Battlefield 1 beta, but I didn't buy the game. I didn't keep playing it. I've never understood some of the game modes, if that makes sense. Like, it's fun. It's fun now. We're playing a lot of Conquest, and that's what we're playing here. And it feels fun. I will say in the Call of Duty scene, especially if you start getting into the competitive Call of Duty scene where you start playing against some really talented folks, and it takes a lot of communication to win games effectively. And the game battles are the, is it UMG? I can't remember what it is. But Search and Destroy, Hardpoint, games that the game mode really dictates how you play, where I feel at the end of the day with Battlefield, as long as you can slay and get a lot of kills, then your team's going to be in decent shape. So, and that's the role I kind of played when I played Call of Duty a little bit. If you're familiar with Call of Duty positions, like in the traditional like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 world, because I know that changed with all the mechanics. But like that was a Slayer, so that never changed. There's never a lack of Slayers in Call of Duty, and what that means is just go around and get kills, play choke points, be smart, and just rack up the kills. At the end of the day, that's what shooters are. You can have all the strategy in the world, but if you can't get kills, you're not really going to be in good shape. And then if you're on the flip side of that, if you're a guy on the team that can just wreak havoc on people with gun skill, you're going to make life a lot easier for your guys that do get assigned with playing the objective. As I don't know if I take my first death here. I think he saves me. I think I'm sitting at 6-0. So anyways, we don't take it too seriously. It's fun. We're not in the mode where if we don't win, we're raging at each other. So yeah, we rage at the game. I think this is where I get that guy back for killing me. So I get his teammate and he's laying there. I got to dip out, but I do come back and pop him. This is like my favorite point on this map. I don't even know what this map is called. That's how like new to this game I am. But I really like playing this A bridge here. It gives you a lot of sight lines with the way that I use this gun. If there's people up in those windows over there by D, I can play that, play the guys crossing the street. I can always back up and support A. Anytime they take C, I know they're going to push this area, whether through that building or through the bridge over there, get shot from behind. I think this is a two-piece here as Arsenal goes down. I didn't even know that guy was laying down, but he didn't see me. Get the next guy. I thought there was one more up there, so I was playing it simple, but go pick up my boy. That's the key that I've noticed is Arsenal did a good job this game at keeping me resupplied. I think he's kind of caught on to the fact that I don't die a lot, so I'm going to need more ammo. As I say that, I take my first death. But, you know, I really get situations where I stay alive for a long time, and I run out of bullets before I get killed, and it's a real frustrating thing for me. So this game, he really helped out by picking that LMG, light machine gun, ammo resupply type class. Once again, whenever we play with groups, I don't really care too much about class selection. I know a lot of guys do. And I don't need a medic on the team. Sometimes it's good. And my best game, that 84-19 game I mentioned before, came when we had a medic run in and we had a full squad of guys instead of just me and Arsenal. So it was definitely – I know it matters. I know it matters in the grand scheme of things because we were just absolutely wrecking people. But it's not that serious for me in Arsenal. And that's why I think I enjoy this game. I think that's why I do well. Call of Duty, I was always so frustrated and flustered all of the time. I think this is where this tank comes in, and I think I try to kill it. Can't remember. I will say this. If I have a fault in the game, it is I will leave my team out to die for sure like this. I haven't learned too much about the strategy, the meta, really, on whether or not you should be picking people up or just spawning on them. In my mind, it just seems smarter to just, if your teammate dies and you're in a safe spot and they don't know you're there, just wait. Don't go. There's no rush to go pick them up. They're watching to see if you're going to pick them up. Just stay there. They'll spawn on you, and then you're right back in the fight with two people when they thought there was only one person there, so they're safe to go. So little battlefield tip from a new player to the game. So, and if you see anything in this one, drop a comment below. Let me know. There's something that I'm doing wrong, not being patient enough, being too patient, not engaging. I think there's a guy right around the corner here. Yeah. See, a better user. See, I think really that might just be the case here with how these games have been going. It's just been guys that aren't as on top of it in terms of knowing the maps, knowing where people are. Because really, most of my kills are going to come from people that just really aren't paying attention to me at all. So let's talk about, I guess, since I got 30 minutes because these games are so long, one of the things I'll talk about here is how I approach the game from a Slayer standpoint. All right, I think I would say I average roughly 35 to 40 kills a game. My gooder games, idiot. My better games are up in the 50s. I haven't gotten higher than 60 at all up until that one game I mentioned earlier. So I don't pretend like I can just go drop 70 bombs at will. But I'd say the 35 to 40 round game. So I'll give my advice here. And one is One is pick a gun you like and play with it. You know, a lot of people like to do the different achievements. If your goal is to go in and dominate and have fun, like mine is, right? I don't grind for skins. I don't grind for attachments. I don't have the time for that. I'm 25, which isn't old by any means, but I got a wife. I have a daughter, so I don't really have time to invest into getting a special helmet or whatever the case may be, or what a Fortnite dances and things. I'm just here for the gameplay. So I'm not too worried about unlocking things. So I think in the scope of how do I win? How do I have the most fun? And if you're struggling, just have a go-to gun. Have a gun that you really enjoy. I love this one. Like I said, I trust my trigger finger a ton. I think that I can win any gun battle in any situation, close or far. I can't remember if I cut. Oh no, somebody took my kill. Didn't even notice and threw a nade at him. Yeah, just get a gun you like, get an attachment you like, and stick with it. Don't, if you start mixing things up and then you get yourself frustrated, you know, that could be an issue here. So one of the things you definitely need to do is you need to have a gun that you like. That way, if you are trying something out and you're struggling, you can just kind of get yourself in a good mind state. Say, all right, I'm going to get back onto what I know, what I like, what I know works for me, and get yourself back on track in your game. Or just dominate with the gun that you have. I don't know what the top gun is per se. I know if I get murdered, it's normally by these light machine guns. I feel like those guys can just hang out and just mow me down. Snipers, while I love the concept of the flash being shown for snipers, I think it helps people a little too much. I think being able to find out where the bullet's flying from is enough, but just the entire time you're scoped in to have a sniper visible, or the entire time you're scoped in to have that whole flashlight visible is a little frustrating to me. I don't think that it's I don't know how to say it, but I just wish it wasn't. Maybe right when it shoots it flares, but nonetheless it is a little balanced. I imagine they may have tried that before. Once again, this is my first Battlefield title, so if there's not really a reasoning for something that I can think of, chances are, oh, this is my favorite part. I'm gonna shut up here. Pow. Pow. Got them both. Yo, wasn't really a quick scope. A little hard scope action there. 2v1. But yeah, the Christmas noobs camping up in one obscure building. You know, that's what I think that these gameplays are coming from. I'm no good, guys. Don't follow me. Don't follow the channel. I'm garbage. Look at this. Just absolutely missed that guy. And then almost think my teammate's about to kill me. Not as aware as you would think. Next step would be, next tip, I would say, really should be, I'm trying to think of how to word this. Obviously know the map, but logical spawn points, right? Just be logical on where they can be. So you know that they can spawn up in their spawn at any time. So that's actually right here by this E flag. They spawn over here. So it's really hard to take E because they can spawn right on top of E in an instant. So I don't spend too much time over here. I'd rather not, because normally all the tanks are going to spawn out from here. It's just not fun to deal with. So I tend to stay away from E here. Another thing is, if you're a slayer, if you're not really concerned about playing the objective, but you're the kill guy on the team, your job is to rack up as many kills as possible, I would say stay out of the zones. Really, just stay out of the zones. Stay near them. Stay between 2 or 3 of them. If you can put yourself in a triangle of 3, as I'm hiding from a tank here. Like I said, I hate hanging out by E here on this map because they can just spawn up on these tanks, and there's normally nothing I can do about it but die or hide. Yeah, he's going by. So yeah, stick between 2. If you see them capping A in a given scenario, and you know that there's another point near that, you should be able to logically think, well, they got A, so now they're going to go to that one, and you can play between them. Don't run to that one and engage them head on. Engage them from the side. They don't know where you're coming from. They don't know where you're at, and they're not thinking that next step like you are. So be logical. Understand that if all the points behind you are captured by your team, then you should know that they're not going to spawn there. They can't spawn there. unless their teammates there. But that's a different thing. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to make educated guesses on whether they can spawn there or not. Pay attention to what points are being captured as well by the enemy. It won't tell you. It doesn't just tell you when it's captured completely. It'll tell you when it's starting to decline and somebody's in your zone. I'm so garbage with sniper rifles. Jesus. That, tanks, and planes. So if you're here for the flight simulators, sorry guys, I'm absolutely bonkers. Bonkers isn't the word. I'm absolutely bad. Just really, really bad at this game with those specific guns and vehicles. Yeah. Exhibit A, per se, as I get batoned to death by Halo Jack. So, and that really comes down to is I run out of ammo, and I was on that one life for so long, and just sometimes I should probably just take an easy death to charge the enemy and get my favorite gun back. Here, situational awareness. There's a guy right there, idiot. So play between your points. Be smart. Doesn't mean don't jump into it, but I think here I try and flank around. I can't remember what I do. But I just know that if there's somebody in the point here, I can bounce out of it. I don't have to stay in the point. They're thinking within the scope of everybody else is in this room. If you can get a good flank on them, this game makes it a little bit easier to kill people when you have a flank on folks. So I highly recommend that kind of strategy. Another thing is avoid laying down. You should only be, as a Arsenal, as soon as I say that, you should really avoid being the kind of person that is constantly laying down or trying to crawl. It really just limits you, and it stops you from being able to turn on people. Most folks don't have really good aim in this game from what I've seen. So being able to move, especially against the longer range engagements, makes your life just that much easier. So you won't see me proning out a lot unless I'm really trying to hit a hard shot, but not really anything else. Keep moving. I think I vault right into two people here. Just keep it moving. Bounce out of engagements as well is another thing I would say. Sorry, I know this isn't really a tip video. This isn't really prepared. Top 5 Battlefield 5 tips. But at the end of the day, be fluid, be moving, constantly moving. You don't have to push every engagement. You can bounce out a little bit, take your time. If there's like, with this game compared to like Call of Duty, there's a lot of like 5-on-5 engagements or 5-on-3 engagements where you're with people shooting. So let them shoot. You don't have to stay scoped in as a target. If you take a bullet or damage or anything like that, if you need to reload, back up a little bit, reset yourself, come in from a different viewpoint, and then I think you'll be good to go. I think I completely missed this guy popping at me with a tank over to the left. But oh well. Last tip, once again, is to play with a full squad if you can. This game really changes whenever you can get a lot of those points and drop that big old bomb on everybody. It gets a ton of kills if you can get it, and it takes like 41,000 points to get. So the issue with me and Arsenal playing just us two is we normally don't accumulate enough points to drop one of those unless we both are just going off and getting a ton of kills. So definitely something to remember. If you can find a full squad, it's just going to make life a little bit easier on you guys. One, because you're going to have more people in your engagements if you're staying together. Two, if you need those points, you're going to be able to drop the bombs. And then 3, it's just fun to play with a lot of people, man. The games are built around the community. So being able to squad up with folks, even if it's randoms, go on Xbox Live and do the looking for group and find some folks to play with that are your age and your kind of skill level. And I think it'll make the game that much more enjoyable, and then obviously make you a lot better. So I wonder how much is left here. Jeez, we have 10 more minutes of commentary. Whew. I'll talk about me a little bit. So, 25. I live in West Virginia now. I used to be in the Navy. I lived in Hawaii for about 4 or 5 years while I was out there. That's where I met my wife. I played competitive Call of Duty pretty much from Black Ops 1 all the way up to probably Black Ops 3. So across most of the titles, I played competitive. Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, those Activision titles, not so much. Really, the Treyarch ones were the ones that I felt were the most fun to sit and grind out, especially in the Black Ops 2, the League play world. So really, really love that game. So I played that, and I think that's where most of the gun skill and the thought process comes from. I don't have a lot of raw talent. It's just years and years and years of communication and training and practicing these kind of things. Sooner or later, you're going to be better than the general public at these kind of games. So that played, once again, ton of Madden. I'm a big sports head. I used to actually used to cover the Detroit Lions for a website called Sideline Report. It's kind of like a small news website. It runs under Fansided, which is an affiliate of Sports Illustrated. So that's pretty cool. That was really fun. Got to meet a lot of smart football heads there and learn a ton about the game. And that's the wrap up. What am I doing now? I'm a network engineer by day. And Arsenal is going to laugh at me for saying that. I kind of have two jobs. I can't go too much into detail, but one job is more system administration. The other job is network engineering. So when I'm working with Arsenal, and look, I just completely choked. They all just, I'm sorry to cut my own story here, but there's 5 of them, and I wanted to get the explosion kill, and I just completely choked it. And that's the difference between having a semi-automatic gun and having a assault rifle, or like a full-blown automatic rifle. Is I would have been much more inclined to just spray those guys down right there instead of taking the time to pull out the rocket launcher trying to get a kill there. So lessons learned on that one. Man, it's tough to do these long commentaries. So this is new. This reminds me, I guess my introduction to gaming was way back in like if you guys remember the old YouTube Call of Duty commentators for like Black Ops, or not Black Ops, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, so COD 4. So guys like Blame Truth, guys like Optic D-Treats, like Optic right in the beginning of all of their like fame and fortune that kind of took off. This is like before FaZe was even a thing. I mean, I think I still have FaZe clips on the gamer tag or on the friends list from a long time ago. Before, I mean, I'm talking FaZe had 400 subs, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to be on the clan?" And I was in a clan that had like 10,000 subs, and I was just like, "Oh no, man! Like, I'm gonna stick with these guys. We're doing something good here." It just completely turned down FaZe. Now, once again, I couldn't have known. He couldn't have known. They were just in the beginnings. This was probably my sophomore year of high school, so I'd say 2009. Yeah, definitely 2009. So 2008 or 2009 timeframe. So that was Modern Warfare 2 era of the Call of Duty cycle. So, but Blame Truth, Only Use Me Blade, it was another one. So these sit back commentaries where we're just kicking it, we're just talking. I'd love if this kind of took off to do Q&As. I'll do tip videos. I'll talk about whatever. I'll talk about networks if you want to learn about networks. Doesn't matter to me. So it's all fun here. Definitely gonna do some live commentaries. A ton of streaming is gonna occur. So make sure you guys are on the look for that. In fact, I'll probably post this up and then go right into streaming it. So streaming some Battlefield. We'll get this going. If you want to see some specific titles, let me know as well. Once again, I think the ones that I know for sure are going to be on here is going to be Battlefield, FIFA, Madden, and then we'll play it by ear. I do have PUBG and play PUBG. I don't have Fortnite. It's just not really my game. I respect it, and I love Battle Royale. So when this Battle Royale kicks off for Battlefield, it's going to be on the channel a ton. We're going to get a ton of dubs. It's going to be super fun. So make sure you guys are, if you like Battle Royale, those kind of game modes and commentaries, we're going to do a ton of streaming, a ton of videos, ton of tip videos. If the subscriber count, grows, I would love to play with you guys. If you guys want to play with me, just let me know. Gamer tag is Finloctopus on both consoles. Now, I don't have all the games for both consoles, but if there's a big enough demand to have the game on both, that's not out of the picture. But I can't guarantee I'm going to be any good at shooters with that PlayStation controller. It just completely throws me off. thumbsticks are just, it's just too much. This guy was missing me wide open. I don't know what he was doing, but in the back is Spawn. Just hanging out here. We might do some like vlogs and sit down videos and talk about some stuff. I'm a huge sports head, so if you guys are sports fans, definitely can do a lot of talk about college football, the NFL, the NBA. I watch pretty much all the major sports outside of hockey and baseball. So like that means I just watched 2 major sports. I don't know where I was going with that one. I'm from the South originally. I'm from North Carolina, so we don't really do hockey. And then we don't have a baseball team. So even though the South is a baseball, I don't know if it's a baseball sport in the South, but not where I'm from specifically. We're mainly basketball country up by Duke and UNC. So that's normally how it goes for us as we're winding down on our last 3 minutes of gameplay. So if you stuck around this long and you don't hate my voice and you don't hate my gameplay, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm not a beggar. I'm not a beggar of likes or dislikes or get this thing to 5,000 likes. No, I don't think you're ever going to catch that on this channel. If this never hits off, it's fine. We're just doing it for fun. It's fun to game. It's fun to play. So if you enjoy it, you want to learn more, you enjoy the video, stick around. Cool. Appreciate it. Drop the sub. But if you don't, cool. Thanks for watching at least up to this point. I'm probably doing like all of the don'ts of promoting a brand. But at the end of the day, if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not going to come out here and beg anybody for likes or dislikes. YouTube doesn't have to be a career for me. So 56 to 121. I will say one thing I do like about Battlefield that I didn't like back in the day, but I appreciate it now, is the leading of people with bullets. You know how in Call of Duty, it doesn't really have, you don't really have to lead anybody. It's just you snapshot name. And I love the skill gap that I think Battlefield creates. I never understood it before. I understand it now. I feel like Call of Duty doesn't have as big of a skill gap. Anybody can really kill anybody at any given moment. But on these longer range engagements, you need to have the gun skill to get people. So I think that's why I start to appreciate this game a little bit more. Help load Arsenal up. I think I probably dropped his real name in here like 9 times already across the last 30 minutes, shooting at a dead body there. So, sorry Arsenal for giving away your government name. I could give you his address as well. If you stick around, he'll probably catch his address as well, and can mail him a glitter bomb or one of those poop bags, right? I don't know why it took this guy so many bullets to kill him. I don't even think I'd kill him in the end. I think I'd just give up on him. Buff the pistol, please. I'm too busy shooting at a guy laying down, not moving. See, all those kills in this game, up to close to 45, I can't kill anybody with a pistol. Yep, 45 and 9. We get the W. It's nice and easy. I wish there was more of a competitive circuit, and I'm definitely going to look for that. Maybe once the battle royales kick off, there'll be some like officially sanctioned battle royales and stuff like that. I would like to see what I actually compare to with like the higher gun skill guys in the game. For the most part, I feel like I'm just running into folks that don't really know what they're doing at all. So unless I jump off a bridge and land right in front of them, like just now, they're not really going to get the drop on me. So I would wonder what it would be like to play like against some more strategic, and maybe Conquest isn't the game mode for that. Maybe it's like the TDM of this kind of game. So who knows? But regardless, thanks for watching. See you guys all next time.